Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the High Moving Podcast. Happy Super Bowl Sunday, man. We should get a good one between the 49ers and Chiefs. But in other news, Mr. Pusheisty, also known as Kadarius Toney, is not expected to play in the Super Bowl, right? Look, Kadarius Toney was the one was part of the crew dropping balls and everything like that, and he was in that Bills game that lined up off sides, right? That lateral play that would have been one of the best plays this season when Kelsey caught it and lateraled it to Kadarius Toney, and Toney ran it in, called back. Chiefs lose that game. Mahomes is going off. He's angry. He's yelling at the refs, and partly he wasn't really yelling at the refs. He was really yelling at you and your clumsy behind. And also too is, he hasn't played. Well, first of all, he hasn't played since December 17th against the Patriots. So, he's only had 169 yards for this season. So he's been awful, right? And it's a fall from grace. It's a shame considering he was in the Super Bowl last year against the Philadelphia Eagles, right? And he had that long punt return. You go from that to not even being able to suit up for another big game. And honestly, this is all on Kadarius Toney. You're putting that footage out there. You want another opportunity with another team. This is most likely going to be his last time as a Kansas City Chiefs. I don't see that happen. I don't see him. Look, if you can't play for Andy Reid, as nice as a coach, a fair-minded coach, as good as a coach, as great as a coach as they come, you can't play for Andy Reid. What makes you who you gonna play for? Go play for Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Who play for who? So yeah. And also, he was on that IG Live too. That didn't do him any services when he was talking about when he was going off as it relates to, most people thought it related to him not playing anymore, getting minutes, right? And he was like, he clarified it saying that, oh no, he was talking about Giants fans who was trolling him. I don't think so. I think we understood why he was really upset. You were dropping balls and everything. You lined up off sides. You was catching a lot of heat, deservingly so, So it was all that. So for him, he's only 25 years old, right? He's still young. If he gets his act right, hopefully he can go to a team and rebuild his image in his career, right? But so far it seemed like he's a knucklehead and stuck in his ways this early in his career. He acts like a diva when really you are not an A1 receiver. You are not a Justin Jefferson. You are not a Jamar Chase. You are not an A.J. Brown. You know what I'm saying? You are not one of those upper echelons of Mike Evans, elite caliber wide receivers to be acting like this. Okay, especially when you're playing alongside Patrick Mahomes, the team been struggling all year. All right, especially with the receiving core. They figured it out, and you're not a part of that. So what a shame for him. You get to play with a legendary quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, a legendary coach, Andy Reid, and this is what they do to you, right? All his own doing. But at the end of the day, they couldn't play him because he could be a potential liability in this game, right? Could you imagine if Kadarius Toney has another mental gaffe lining up off sides or something like that in the Super Bowl, and it cost him a chance at points that could lead to a win, right? If that really happened, he could never go back to Kansas City. He can't really go back now, honestly, if you think about it. But if it happened in a big game, and Andy Reid was like, "Yo, we like Kadarius Toney. We trust that he's learned," and he screws up again. Oh boy, that would have taken over the Taylor Swift coverage. That would have broken more news than any Taylor Swift and Kelsey, all that stuff. That would have been put to bed, and he would have been public enemy number one. So Andy Reid is probably doing him a massive favor in this, if you think about it, or at least the more I think about it. So crazy though, man. What a shame for Kadarius Toney. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.